pay for the merchandise. So they're not actually stealing it, but technologically they are stealing it. Because once the ApplePay owner sees his statement, he contacts the bank, and the bank takes the money out of the bodega's account. On Sunday afternoon, two black men walked into this bodega and they bought over $700 worth of beer. And their excuse was that they were celebrating their dad's birthday. When they came back the next day to do the same, the bodega owner said, no more Apple Pay. Go to the ATM machine, withdraw money, and pay with cash. So they left and they went up the block and they robbed the bodega at the corner for nearly $1,000. So we're not talking about pennies here. We're talking about real money that's taken from the coffers of these small mom and pop bodegas. They can't afford it. We want every bodega owner in Yonkers to know who these individuals are and not allow them to go into their bodegas and do the same thing. The United Bodegas of America is offering $1,000 reward for anyone that could give us information as to who these two individuals are. We need to get them off the streets, and we want to make sure that this does not continue to happen. As we speak, this bodega owners did not report this incident to Yonkers Police Department because they were afraid and they feared for their lives. This is not a very safe neighborhood, and it's not something that they were willing to take a chance. But United Bodegas of America told them they must file a police report. So they're filing the police report today. They turned over all of the video tapes, and they have also turned over all of the receipts. And we're hoping that the police will have some kind of surveillance to get these people off the streets. Having said that, we want to make sure that everyone in Yonkers knows and understands that we know what time it is and we know what's going on. And we're asking Yonkers PD to have surveillance in these bodegas constantly so that we can get rid of these criminals that are preying on our small business owners. Nosotros estamos aquí hoy porque ya los criminales han encontrado otro método de cómo robarle a los bodegueros. En estos momentos ellos están robando teléfonos, usando Apple Pay para pagar la mercancía y así estafar a estos pobres pequeños negocios de cientos y cientos de dólares. En un día, a esta bodega le robaron $700 comprando cerveza, supuestamente para celebrar un cumpleaños. Cuando ellos regresaron al otro día a hacer lo mismo, ellos le dijeron que no, que tenían que pagar en efectivo. Los criminales se fueron a la bodega de la esquina y allá les robaron casi $1,000 en productos a ese bodeguero. Estos bodegueros no habían presentado una denuncia en la policía porque tenían temor de lo que le podía pasar. Pero Bodegueros Unidos de América le explicó que tenían que someter una querella porque esta gente hay que sacarla de la calle. Nosotros estamos ofreciendo $1,000 de recompensa a cualquier persona que nos pueda dar información de quiénes son estas personas. Y le estamos pidiendo a la policía que circule más por la zona para que ellos no tengan que temer que vengan aquí a atracarlo o a matarlo. If there are any questions, I will gladly answer them.
Fernando, can you explain why your bodega owner did not get paid if the transaction went through? I mean, isn't ApplePay responsible for that? Can you explain, like,
It's
how
a
he's out several $100s?
it's a credit card. When I go to my wallet, I pull up my ApplePay system, and I pay. I take the merchandise and I leave. But it was a fraudulent transaction. Therefore, the ones that get left holding the bag is the bodega owner, because when I call my bank and I say, hey, I never made that charge, they back charge the bodega owner. So ultimately, they lose the money. That's how it's done. See, so they always figure out a way to be ahead of us. And the only way we're going to capture them is by getting the images that we sent to you of who these guys are, offering a reward, and asking the police department and the detectives to help us. Now, Yonkers has a great police department, and we have faith that they're going to catch these guys. And we have faith that they're going to have patrols going around where these bodegas are and patrolling to make sure that they're okay. So in that respect, we are fine. But we need every bodega to know ApplePay is a very reliable system. We are not in any way speaking negatively about ApplePay. They're good. I use them every day. But guess what? Somebody steals my phone, they've stolen my identity, they open my phone, and they can use my credit cards. And that's how it's being done.
So it sounds like it's not preventable at all. What do these owners do when they are presented with alcohol?
Well, what they need to do is ask for a picture ID, which they did not. Okay? When you ask for a picture ID, then they shy away, because now you're going to have their identification. Okay? So what we're recommending is, of course, honor ApplePay, but ask for ID to verify who the person is. Don't just accept it. Sometimes the bodegas get busy and they just ApplePay it and they run. Take your time. Make sure that the ID is on file before you accept ApplePay. Especially when the purchases are in the hundreds of dollars. Okay, these guys came in 3 times within an hour, and then they came back saying, "Oh, it's my dad's birthday. We're celebrating." So they're happy for the birthday. On the other hand, they're being ripped off.
Okay. Can we hear from the owner about how he's feeling?
How do you feel about this? Come up to the mic.
Why don't you come up and just tell us how you're feeling about this? It sounds like you were scammed.
Yeah, it's very bad because we not expect somebody came to the store, buy something when not, like it's terrible. It's terrible when somebody go to the store and purchase something. The money went to the account, but after that, somebody called and said,
saying somebody called you and said it was a fake?
no, the bank sent me a letter. So the 3 transactions, they show me and they get the money back. So I don't get money.
How much money did you lose?
It's like 700 and change, almost $800.
It's a lot of money.
You can't afford to lose it.
No, you cannot.
So were you here that day?
No, I'm not. No, one of the employees there, but the next day they come back and I tell it, if they want something, tell it they go to the ATM, get the cash, and purchase whatever they want. And they say they leave, they say they come back, they never come back, because they know.
Did you think it was unusual that they bought $700 worth of beer?
For me, yes.
You don't usually get that kind of.
It was a big sale. It was their best beer day. It was their best beer day ever.
Yeah.
They were happy.
We pay. Yeah, we pay.
Yeah. They wound up paying for the beer.
Okay.
Sí.
Cuando alguien compra en la bodega con ApplePay, el dinero va a la cuenta. Pero cuando los dueños que le roban la tarjeta reclaman, el banco le manda a uno un statement explicándole que eso eran tarjetas robadas. So, ese dinero uno lo pierde automáticamente. Pero el dinero está en la cuenta, estaba por una semana.
El momento que lo estafaron, ¿cómo se sentiste?
¿Cómo nos sentimos
Oh,
mal?
muy mal, porque estos no son negocios de $700 y nosotros
Ellos se sintieron felices el día de la
el
venta.
día de la
El día de
venta.
la
Lloraron el día
El
que le
día de
sacaron
Al
el
otro
dinero.
día lloramos.
Wait,
Y
tell
lo
us
último,
again.
¿es sospechoso? ¿Reconoce al barrio?
No,
¿Conoce al
no,
barrio?
no.
No, I never seen them.
They had the happiest day in their history. And then when the money was withdrawn from their account, that was the saddest day in their history. Okay, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Thank you.
¿Cuál es su nombre?